Hey everyone, welcome to our March 2026 Lucifer 20 live giveaway. I'm smirking because I was looking at the ticker and it was showing March or showing February, and that just shows you how unprepared I was for this live giveaway. I was literally sitting on the couch, looked at my watch, and said, "Oh crap, I got a giveaway to do." So, skitching in on two wheels as usual, but that's how we do it. Gonna bring on the crew. We got Don from Mississippi, Adam, Carrie, and Michael. Hey guys,
Good afternoon, fella.
how's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good. Carrie, you just got back from a fishing trip, huh?
I did. I'm beat. We
Yeah.
had a good year though. Last year we didn't do so well. This year we just everything was on fire and had really
That's
good
awesome.
weather. So
Awesome.
went to Bull Shoals, Arkansas. Bass, walleye, crappie. So
Very cool. You sent us some pictures of some giant crappies.
yeah, we caught some. I caught one that was 16 and a half inches, and it wasn't the big one.
Wow.
That's a huge crappie.
Holy crap.
That's some fine table fare too.
Well, we had a rule that we wouldn't eat anything over 13 inches because they're just spawning right now and full of eggs. And we just we caught plenty of crappie. We sent a guy home with plenty, so I didn't want to bring any home. They're just fun to catch. We didn't keep anything.
Did you just get back, Carrie?
I got back Saturday. I drove the whole way. It was 15 hours. I drove it all on Saturday and got home Saturday night. So
no wonder you're tired.
Yeah.
I just got back from fishing down in Jacksonville with Matt Chipperfield, and we had a really good few days there. Had a whole bunch of them over like 22 inches and had a couple 4.5 pounders. My buddy got a 6.5, a couple 5.5. So we had a good time. I do have a little injury from it though. I sort of was telling the guys just from that repetitive motion of like working a mirror lure for all that time with the spinning rod, I like pinched a nerve in my wrist, and my like thumb and forefinger are like pins and needles. So it's been that way for 5 days now. So it kind of sucks.
No, I figured out what happened. Adam, he's pulling up lame.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows what you're gonna do.
I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm afraid.
He's pulling up lame.
I'm gonna actually I'm gonna come out of the woodwork on tournament day, catch a 25-incher.
Hey, Cliff been catching them.
I know that.
How many days did you fish down in Florida?
4 calendar days, but it really amounted to like 3.
Nice.
Because it was like an afternoon and then a morning, and then 2 days in the middle.
Nice.
But man, I don't know how many casts. How many casts did I make? Like 10,000 casts. It's a lot.
Probably in a day.
In hindsight, I should have been switching back and forth between the casting rod and spinning, and I'll do that going forward. But I don't know. Live and learn, I guess. You get old, and this kind of crap happens.
David, what were your hours? What kind of fishing did you do?
What kind of? So we won.
How did you get started? Did you fish the mornings, the afternoons? How many?
Yeah, so we got there Sunday. We drove down in the morning, so we got there fishing about 1 o'clock, and we fished till pretty much nightfall. So it was like 6 hours. And then day 2, we fished with Matt and went from pre-dawn to like 1 o'clock. Took a couple-hour break, and then fished 4 more hours till sundown. And then Wednesday, we fished just one long session. It was maybe 7 hours from the morning. And then Wednesday, we fished pre-dawn till like 1 o'clock. So it's a lot. I mean, it was a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
There for full moon.
Yeah, it was just a couple of days before the full moon.
Yeah.
Yep. So I whipped this together. So apologies if it's sloppy. I think it's pretty good though. I wanted to recap a little bit. Cast it forward. Turn the tide. Just an awesome event for our first year. that was out. You could see a little bit in the background. This was at Carrie's property, which turned out to be the perfect location for this event. And we had a threat of like pretty bad weather, but it turned out to be great. In fact, we were kind of hot. The sun came out, and everyone was a little uncomfortably warm. You could see we probably had, what do you guys think, 140 people or something?
I think Michael said 125 with his 10-person count. So we're going to call that the official count, 125.
Little unofficial like head
Plus
count.
they're counting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The property was definitely pretty full of people. It looks in some of these photos, maybe it looks a little more sparse, but it really wasn't. It was pretty well attended. I was very pleased with it. So we had
those oysters sure look mighty good.
The oysters were amazing. You could see it. Everyone was like chowing down. On the right here are our chili cook-off winners. My wife Lori in the middle. She won the gold medal, which made her entire year. She was thrilled, and there was no funny business going on. It was all blind, but all in good fun. That was a really cool part of it. This is Salt Strong Charleston chapter. They won our organization of the year, and that's like their president, sort of third from the right, with their little plaque that we gave them in the shape of South Carolina. So they had a really good turnout. It was good to see them. I'm glad they came. And this is Scotty with our top 2 guides in the nation. On the left is Jimmy Skinner. And he's holding one of the awards that he got, which is like a flag holder from Core Sound Custom Rods. And on the right is Chris Osman. They're both wearing their hats that they win as guides when their clients win the giveaway. These guys cleaned up, especially Jimmy. He pretty much needed a pickup truck to take away all of his winnings. They had some pretty badass like beanbag they won, and just a pile of stuff, which is really cool. Thanks to Scotty for putting all that together. You could see these guys are wearing like a lanyard. So we tried to do that to all of our honorees so that people would recognize them and be able to ask them like what they won for. So I thought that was kind of a cool little touch. But really great event. We ended up netting about $10,000, which for our first event is amazing. We had like 25 sponsors, and we had an incredible raffle that was online too, but we didn't really have many bidders from out of state, which I was a little disappointed with. But the people that won pretty much stole the stuff. They got their items for like a fraction of the value that they were. But that's just because we needed more people to bid on them. But anyway, that's all fine and well because we ended up with like $10,000, which is amazing for our first event. I really think this is going to grow and be better attended. And just I didn't hear a single person say they had a bad time. Like on the contrary, I had at least 10 people message me or say in person how great a time they had at it, which is exactly what our goal was. Like I was saying all along, like if people leave and they say that was really, really fun, I can't wait till next year, then that we did a great job. And that's exactly what happened. So just a big thanks to like our event planner, Rachel, and her staff, which did a great job. And yeah. Any other commentary, you guys who were there?
I really like the name tags, especially for like I think we did the anglers, like the top. I can't remember which ones, but I know I got to chat with a couple people that I probably wouldn't have known who they were otherwise.
That's cool.
So that was pretty cool, just to be able to kind of point some folks out and go say hi.
Yeah. That's what my hope was. And we actually had Danny Nowak came up. He was our #1 angler in Florida. Flew up from Tampa Bay area, and his parents drove down from North Carolina just to attend the event, which I think was amazing. Really, really cool. So we're going to start planning for next year, like in September. So we'll around then we'll have a date, and then we can start planning for it. So Don can make his travel arrangements.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So Don, show the group so Don was our Mississippi leader, and I want you to show the how do we get rid of this? Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. Can you show the flag?
Yeah, it's hanging right here in the back.
Let me see if I can solo you. There it is. Okay, so there's an example of the flag. So we made like fish, fishing flags for the winners. So there's Don's 2025 Angler of the Year for Mississippi. And these are regular like release flags. You could choose to fly them behind your boat or at your dock, or just put them in your fishing room like Don did.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
I think I was really happy with how they turned out. And as a matter of fact, we're going to make some actual release flags. That's what they're intended for. You know how like if you catch a sailfish offshore, you come back and you fly the flag upside down if it's a released sailfish.
Yep.
So we're going to make some, like redfish, trout, flounder, striper, and sheep's head release over 20 release flags and have them on our store for sale. So we're actually having Charlie Church's design company make us some designs for that right now, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, those turned out really nice, man. Much appreciated.
Sure thing, man. Very, very glad to award it to all of our participants. So, our next big thing is coming up this weekend, the release over 20/Pure Flats Hopedale Trout Tournament. And you can see this is a photo of our group from last year. It was a lot of fun. And it's also like, it's competitive, but it's more fun than competitive, right, Don?
Yes, it is. You get to meet a lot of really nice folks. Me being from Mississippi, I met a lot of people down there that fished this thing 2 or 3 years already, and have become kind of friends. We kind of chat on Facebook a little bit, and some really nice guys for sure.
Yeah, I thought so too. And we also have like Greg Sample from Pure Flats. He's got a little fish camp nearby and hosts like a pre-tournament dinner at his place, and it's a lot of fun. Just catch up with everybody. It's kind of open to whoever wants to come. And looking forward to it. Adam's going to go again. And I'm going to go. I'm probably not going to show up till a little later because I had this injury I was talking about. It's not going to be. I got to minimize how much I fish, if at all. So I might just go just to support it and be a first mate or a tournament director or something like that.
You gotta wrap the wrists, go lefty, switch it up, man. You got this.
Yeah,
you can do it.
I can definitely work a bait caster, but you still got to cast it with the right hand, So,
hey, David,
you must have popped it pretty good, man. It sucks.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
Just beat Don left-handed, and you'll never have to listen to anything else he has to say giving you a hard time.
I was waiting for you to say quit whining.
No, I can't because I've been casted a lot too over the last week.
Okay,
I
you got the same problem. Yeah. So if you're in the vicinity of Hopedale, Louisiana, and that's to include, of course, Texas and Mississippi and maybe Alabama, come on out and join us. It's fun.
Yeah, I've had some of the wrist things. That's why I wear the gloves. Keeps them warm. Keeps me going.
You're smart and I'm not.
We've been getting a lot of publicity. We've been sharing this flyer on Facebook and on a lot of different Louisiana fishing sites, and Cliff's done a really great job of spreading the word, and I bump them and I'll send them in Mississippi, but I don't know if we'll get anybody from Mississippi, but Cliff's done an exceptional job in getting the word out over there in his neck of the woods.
He sure has. He's such a great guy too. Okay, I wanted to just remind everyone from Virginia and North Carolina that we have these free decals if you're willing to voluntarily release all your speckled trout for at least through the spawning season. So both of the states closed the fishery officially through June 30th because of the harsh winter. And we're encouraging people to take it a step further and voluntary release throughout the whole season. So it's probably through September at least. And if you really want to do the right thing, just keep doing it as long as you feel you need to. And the responses have been really good. We've given out hundreds of them, I think, so far. We have them for I say for sale, but they're on our website, on our web store, at a cost of $0. It just really lets you enter your address and stuff like that. We cover the shipping, and we also have I think 4 shops in Virginia Beach area, 3 or 4. One of them's Ocean's East. I should have the names in front of me, but we posted them on our social where to find them. You can just go pick them up in person. It's also at Three Rivers fishing in. They're kind of between the Neuse River and the Pamlico River in North Carolina. And they're currently the only shop we have in North Carolina. But if you're affiliated with or near a shop in either Virginia or North Carolina that doesn't already have them, reach out to us and let us know, and we'll ship some to the shop so that they can be picked up. The response has been really good for that. And we also, I want to say that we partnered with Speckled Truth, who has covered half the cost on these as well. And Charlie Church's company, Super Conscious, was the ones who designed these, which I think turned out really, really great.
So both fisheries are closed until June 30th?
Yeah. Yeah, for trout.
You can catch them, you just can't keep them, right?
That's right. I think they just did that to try to give them a couple spawns,
Sure.
2 or 3 spawns. But as we know, they spawn continuously throughout the rest of the whole season until like September. So, you know, data has shown objectively that if you have a large population of people voluntarily releasing these, they will recover a lot faster. So it's a small thing to ask. If you want to make it better for shops, you make it for the fishery, better for the guides, then just release them for this year. Try to get them to come back quick, and then everything will be good.
Yeah, I had that conversation with Keith Nuttall.
Yeah.
You know, during the freeze, we was texting back and forth, and you know, he said some areas got hit harder than the others, and he said after it kind of thawed out a little bit and things got a little bit somewhat back to normal, they were still able to find some fish, you know, that found some deep pockets and made it. So
yeah.
So
they're still there, of course, but they definitely got knocked back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Josh has been finding some nice ones still, which is great. But you know, it's really just about the numbers. The more fish in the water, the more it can spawn, the more it's going to be. So, and they also seem to do the spawn usually is very successful after a freeze. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but
nature's way.
Nature's way, yeah. They're really prolific fish for sure. Wanted to just keep reminding everyone that the way to participate in these giveaways is through our app, created by none other than Michael, right there in the second from the top. He hit it out of the park with this. It's just such a easy to use and really intuitive app. and the App Store login or QR codes are there on the screen. I just wanted to remind everyone that even if you had a registration on our old database, you still need to make a brand new account, even if you use the same credentials, because it's a brand new database behind this. So that kind of trips some people up because they try to put in their old credentials and it doesn't work. But that's the reason why.
Yeah, I'd like to say, Michael, you did knock it out the park on that one. I get a lot of feedback from the guys in Mississippi on how much easier it became to go to one app, be able to do everything right there at the drop of a hat. Everything's at your disposal, easy to use, easy to submit, and you get immediate feedback. So that was a great job, Mike.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. It's good to hear it. The whole, I went through a few different rounds, and the whole name of the game that I was trying to do was just make it fast, but make it right as well. Right. So I wanted to make sure the data was getting in there right, but also trying to make it easy to submit them. So like for me, I know some people do it live. I still personally won't do that. I'll take a picture and I'll go back and do it. But for those that are handling a lot of fish, I wanted to make sure it worked quick for them to be able to do it live and kind of move on and not have to come back to it. So it's great.
I've done it both ways, and it's doing it live is like really easy, and it's still on your Photos app, which is cool.
Yep, good stuff. Glad to hear it.
So people have been asking like about where's my old data and like where are the live graphics from the website, and we're still talking about that and going to work that in. It just we haven't had a chance to do it yet. So Michael and I have a little meetings to figure all that out, but it's still being planned. Just please give us some grace because we all have full-time jobs, especially Michael and I are not only have full-time jobs, but our full-time jobs are like especially busy right now. So we're burning the midnight oil when we can to get this other stuff done. But this is fun stuff, like the day job, right?
Yep. No, it's definitely fun. We'll definitely get it in. There's some options. We just need to figure out what makes the most sense for presentation for everybody.
Yeah, and just so you know, everyone, like neither your old data going back to 2020, nor your new data has been lost. We still have it all. We just haven't had a chance to get it, presented back yet. So, but we will. All right. So it was actually a dang good month. I don't think these numbers are a little skewed because I messed up when I pulled the query. I think we might be like 50-ish fish too many here. So, but I think their actual number is something like 900-ish entries. Just didn't get a chance to fix that for this particular thing. But we had 300 and I think, do you remember what it was? 49 trout. Wasn't 390. Roughly 500 redfish, 16 sheep's head, and 27 striper this month. So really good month. On the overall leaderboard, Dan Frimsky took the lead with 61 fish entered. My buddy Brian Ford with 51, and took 18 by Ben to make the top 10. There's Kyle, my buddy Kyle. He's one of our Florida State reps. And there's Danny I was talking about, Danny Nowak, who came up to the Turn the Tide event. He's down in Florida. Red Drum the lead was by Brian from South Carolina with 51 fish entered. It took 7 to make the top 10. Ken Wyszynski. There's Kyle again, my buddy Bob Clausen, who's in the Kayak Anglers Club here in South Carolina with 9. On the trout, there's Dan. So Dan had 60 trout entered. That's crazy, dude. Wow. in 1 month. Wow.
That's crazy. We had, I think the number was 353 for trout
353.
this month.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was close.
close. There's Keith with 14. Yours truly with 10. That tells you I was in Florida, not South Carolina. Down there wrecking my wrist. Tate had 9 to make the top 10. We had 7 people enter Striper. Robert Montaner, who was our National Angler of the Year last year with 14. And then a number of people with just 1, including myself. Striper, at least down here in South Carolina, are headed upriver to spawn right now, so those numbers drop off a lot this time of year.
Who wants to go to the Moultrie?
Moultrie, or yeah, up in Columbia. That's where they're at right now.
That's a long swim.
Yeah. So, side note, a couple years ago, I got permission to tag them in the river, which is where it's brackish. And at the time, we didn't know where they went. Like, we thought maybe they lived their whole lives below the dam in the brackish water. But once we tagged them, we figured out that those fish every year will go up through the lock into Lake Moultrie, all the way across Lake Moultrie through that lock into Lake Marion, and then all the way through that to another lock, and then all the way up in the Congaree River. So it's like 130 miles one way to spawn. But then they'll come all the way back, and I'll catch them on the same place, like the same bend in the creek, like 1, 2, 3 years later, which is, I've actually recaptured one like 2 years later, which is really cool. I think it's amazing. They cover some water. So we had Josh Carpenter, I think he's in Alabama, with 5 sheep's head, and just not too many. We never have too many sheep's head entered. Release over 20 board of directors and state reps with the lead, 110 releases for organizations, followed closely by Saltstrong St. Pete. So, by the way, Saltstrong St. Pete chapter made a goal to release 500 fish into the program for this year, and they're already well on the way. Like, they're going to blow that out of the water. But they're there with 98 releases just in 1 month, which is crazy. Low Country Kayak Anglers with 42. And then you see a lot of the Saltstrong chapters here going down the line, which I think is really cool. South Carolina had the lead with 366 fish entered. By next was Florida, no doubt from the Saltstrong participation. And then North Carolina. So Virginia, not surprisingly, has been knocked down because of the freeze. It's just they lost a lot of fishing time, and plus they lost a lot of fish. But I love seeing Louisiana there, top 5, which is really cool. And then we have our guide leaderboard. So Jimmy Skinner, who's our national #1 guide, 76, followed by Palm State. So these 2 guys, Captain Parker and Captain Jimmy, they fish out of a tiny little town called Edisto Beach, South Carolina. And those 2 guys are just so like bought into this program, which I think is so cool. Like, if they can do it, why can't so many other people do it? You know, it's pretty cool. Captain Evan Wheeler, our Florida State rep from Pensacola with 20. There's Chris Osman in 4th place. John Cloyd is out of Hilton Head, South Carolina. Jerry's from like the Little River area of South Carolina. Captain Brad, North Carolina. And then some new ones, Cardinal Rose Charters, Matthew Paredes. Love to see that. And then Outcast Outdoors. So Captain Tony, these are some new names I haven't seen. Of course, Tanya was in our top 10 last year as well. So great job, everybody. Remember, the more fish you enter, the better chances of winning the giveaway. So giveaways coming up. So we're going to start with our get on board. Now, Carrie, I'm putting you on the spot because I picked these. So,
Well, you are
you can
putting me
see
on the
what-
spot a little bit. I actually, because I was so far behind with the Turn the Tide event and the cleaning up after and all that stuff, and then getting ready for my fishing trip to Bull Shoals, Arkansas, that I sent David, what was it, January's giveaways, and told you to just go from that. So,
And to be honest, I kind of wadded those up and went and picked stuff. And honestly, I don't think I picked enough. But when I was there in the storage unit, I couldn't tell because I didn't have a list. So I apologize if I didn't pick enough. So.
well, just looking at it, looks like we got some iStrike jig heads, AM fishing products, got Drum Spots hat, got Trout Trick, Z-Man, Slicklers, and a hooked T-shirt. What's the rest of that? Just the AFCO sticker.
Yep, AFCO sticker. And we had, okay, let me do this. I've got to remove this first. We had 123 entries for guides. So we're going to roll 3 times. 2, 13, and the winner is 23, which is, don't tell me it's Jimmy Skinner. It's Jimmy Skinner. I'm laughing because pretty much every month Jimmy Skinner wins, but Jimmy's entering the most fish of any guide. So his clients are constantly cleaning up. So Matt Thurber is the group. And what we'll do is we'll send Jimmy the photo of this 31-inch red drum, and he'll let us know exactly who it is in that group. But congrats to Jimmy yet again, and congrats to Matt Thurber, whoever was in that group. We'll get a hold of you, and we'll move on to our 3 main draw giveaways.
Boy, when you're picking stuff, you're picking your stuff, aren't you? There's an Mayor of Tampa Bay T-shirt. That's the scented fish bites and Trout Trick.
Okay, bear with me 1 second.
That's also the thick trick, not just the Trout Trick.
Yeah, the thick trick. Let's sort something here. Okay, this is a much bigger draw. What did I do? This has 782 entries. So whoever wins, you might want to think about lottery tickets. 782. Okay, giveaway A, we're going to roll 3 times. 370, 52, winner is 45. Way up here. That is Brian Ford from South Carolina with a 25-inch red drum. And let me highlight this and add that A. Okay. And here's giveaway B.
Giveaway B is Mud Minnow hat, thick trick, Trout Trick, some more scented fish bite Fight Club, AFCO. I haven't seen those T-shirts.
Yeah, we've got half dozen of those.
Okay, nice.
It's possible we don't have them listed in our inventory. Maybe that's why we haven't given them away. We need to like go through and just make sure everything's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll go back to randomizer. Okay, I'm gonna roll 3 times. 115, 262, and 169.
Some higher numbers finally.
Yep. Chandler Ebeling from North Carolina with a 22-inch trout.
Nice.
Congrats, Chandler. Hopefully he's a bigger guy. That's a 2XL shirt. If not, maybe he knows somebody.
Yeah, that's about all we can do.
All right, and here's C.
Giveaway C, another T-shirt. That's Sticks HD. I haven't seen. We should be getting low on his stuff, but I haven't seen his product in person. So that's a nice looking shirt.
It's actually really nice quality. Like it's
Is
a
it?
high-end sun shirt for sure.
Mirror lures. They're soft plastics, Trout trick and a thick trick. Marshwear sticker. Eye strike fishing jig heads and a mirror lure. Hard plastic.
That's right.
That's C.A. Richardson.
And a drum
color.
spot hat.
And a drum spot hat. Yeah, sorry.
All right, let's do this one. Okay, 3 rolls. 380, 631, and 309. 309 is Brian Ford again. That's crazy. We've had a lot of people win twice in a night. So Brian, consider yourself lucky, man. Holy crap! So Brian was our number 1 angler in South Carolina, by the way, as well, for last year.
It looks like Brian had a good day.
He did. A really good day.
I haven't been able to fish enough. I literally went and started looking at pricing on Starlinks just to see if I could like sit and work on my boat most of the day. Like squeeze an hour in. It's a silly idea, but I really need to see the water.
So, funny story. Have you heard of those Da Vinci robots where people can do surgery from like somewhere else?
Mhm.
Ralph was my business partner. Ralph was in North Carolina at that White Marlin tournament, and they were on a big sport fish boat, and there was some weather, so they were sitting in the harbor, and the owner was a surgeon, and he was back in the parlor with a headset on, going like this, and they're like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm doing surgery." It was like in India. He's doing surgery on someone.
Good.
Oh.
On his sport fish boat. Isn't that nuts? That could be you, Michael.
He had good
Could be
internet.
you. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want the internet dropping out there. Oops.
No. It's crazy.
All right. Well, thank you guys. This is kind of short and sweet, but that's fine with me.
Awesome.
Come and fish the Hopedale tournament. You can meet Don, the famous Don Bellius, in person.
Yeah, come on down.
He'll give you an autograph and shake your hand. And
Plenty
you
of
can-
pictures too. Make
you
sure
can
you
meet
get
Adam, and Adam will give you an autograph and shake your hand too.
A true highlight for anyone, I'm sure.
I'm gonna put it on my calendar for next year now. Put it on the family.
It's super fun. I think you
It's
should.
a great time. Highly recommend.
Yeah. Me and Adam had an awesome time last year.
Definitely.
I'll be there nursing my wrist with a tear in my eye.
You might be healed up.
You know I keep
healed
on
up.
mouth shut, David.
You might be healed up in a couple days.
I hope
That's
so.
right.
I hope so. All right,
Have fun,
everybody.
guys.
Congrats to the winners, and I'll get a hold of you, and we'll get your prize packs up. See you next month.
Love it.
Keep the fish coming.
All right, fellas. Have a good afternoon.
All right,
Thank you.
take care, guys.
Bye-bye.